Hey, what's going on? My name's Ethan, and I built this crypto market sentiment analysis agent to send morning market briefings on Discord like these and on Telegram in order to decrease member churn and also add member value. So I'm going to walk through kind of how I built that. Basically, at the start of every morning, you can trigger this however frequently you would like to. For this, it's set to run every day. It scrapes all of these RSS feeds, and what it gets back is all of the headlines and all of the articles on these different resources. We have Google News, Bitcoinist, or the Bitcoin News, Bitcoin, just tons of different resources of all the different Decrypt, Ethereum RSS feeds, Bitcoinist, whatever RSS feeds that exist out there, we can add. Right now, we just have a handful of the most popular ones. We can add more, whichever ones you prefer. But that just returns all of these different headlines of any news articles, and you'll see what we do that in a sec. But next, we scrape Twitter. These are 3 different Twitter accounts that we are scraping at the moment. We can add however many we want to. Currently, Watcher Guru, Tradfin, Remarks. All right, and those return all of their tweets and that they're talking about, and we can sort that by engagement. What's popping off? What's viral? What's trending? What are people talking about? That's the whole purpose of gathering all of this market data. So it scrapes Twitter. We can also scrape Reddit. This gets the economic calendar feed of current events. This now taps into the APIs for tools that you probably use, and we can add more. This is CoinGlass liquidation data to get the very current stats of all the liquidation data. The top 200, we actually grabbed the top 50 coins based on CoinGecko. Sorry, the top 300, 250 and 50. So we get 300 total top coins from CoinGecko, the Fear and Greed Index, and the current price of these 3 coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. That's all the data we get, and we push that downstream to formulate these market updates. Now, we filter all of the news feeds to be anything that was published in the last 24 hours, as well as anything that mentions specifically in the headline Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. We can obviously customize that to mention anything you want it to continue, but that just turned all of these items into much more narrow, much more relevant input. So that's what this does, and then it adds all of the other relevant information together, and we turn that into a custom outreach message. Essentially, we allow AI to formulate a morning market briefing with all of that information, all of that info it just scraped from the internet that you would have had to otherwise do manually. It just took everything, and keep in mind we can add whatever we want, scrape other news article headlines, but more importantly also grab data from charts or other websites, and a DEX screener or anything that has an API, TradingView or news headlines, pretty much get all of the information that exists at the moment of execution and use that to formulate a morning market briefing. Now, this can be whatever type of message you want it to be to your paid community. For this use case, we made a morning market briefing. But you can imagine turning in all that data into, quite honestly, any piece of relevant, valuable information to push toward your community. Your paid community, whether it be Discord, WAP, Circle, School, wherever, or your free community, in this case, a bot that's in a group chat that will send a free community a morning market briefing update, of course with a link to join the paid community down below. So automating that entire process, and this is a very extensive system prompt that matched the client's language patterns and the way he spoke to really make it very hard to tell which were used to be written manually and following his same exact format now completely on automation, and sending those morning market briefings to the community. So everything is customizable for the information that we get or the format that we output. But in this case, it's sending Telegram, it's sending Discord, and it's also formulating a newsletter in ActiveCampaign that drafts specifically in the format of a newsletter and then is ready to fire away with all that same information. So we are taking all of the most relevant information. Keep in mind, we can add more, we can subtract, we can get data from wherever you would normally get your information to create some sort of value for the members, some consensus, right? Then scrape that, synthesize it, and formulate it based on wherever we want, whatever we want to do with that information. In this case, send the free Telegram community a more simplified morning market briefing. Send the paid community a very in-depth formulated market update. And then, of course, sending a newsletter to the list as well. So you can see the possibilities here when we truly scrape the current market sentiment and have AI do the hard work in synthesizing all that information to output it in our community to, again, decrease churn and increase the value that members are getting from the community. So that's about it in a nutshell. If this sounds like something that you'd want to set up for your community, let's chat. You can use the link below, and we can hop on a call and start to break this down. Thank you if you made it this far. I really appreciate your time and hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.